This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm happy that you guys could all make it. I see ROTC Club. I see the Science Club. I see Christian. Hi, how are you guys doing?
You're shy today.
I
Sorry,
know.
I thought I heard how we were doing, but I wasn't sure. I was half listening.
Yeah,
Good
I said
morning.
hi.
How's it going?
Good morning.
I made it just in
Adam,
time.
you're on my list of people to email back today. You'll hear from me. I know you've been waiting on me.
Appreciate it, sir. Thanks.
Amanda.
I'm trying to find, like, why can't I find it? I'm just gonna go to our email.
Let's do. Mm.
While they're looking for that, anybody got cool weekend plans?
No.
I do not.
Hey, Savannah, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. It won't let me. Garrett, it won't let either of us like share. Would you be able to share the slides? It's giving us a hard time.
Oh, I think I see a problem. Give me 2 seconds and I may be able to fix it to you.
Okay.
Amanda, try it on your computer.
Okay.
Oh, that's Amanda?
Yep.
Can y'all see?
Yes.
Okay, it looks like it's trying to open up. If y'all can see like the PowerPoint, but I get the willy thing. Can y'all see it?
Yeah. Well, we see your screen, and but it doesn't seem like you clicked on the PowerPoint yet.
Daviana, we can try it on yours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just a second.
Can you guys see mine? It says it's been denied.
I just refreshed it.
Oh, hold on. Okay. So it says that I cannot record the contents of my screen until I quit the Go meeting.
Well, in that case, let me just pull it up. I can go off my screen.
I'm sorry,
It's
MacBooks.
all right, it happens. Thanks for y'all's patience, everybody.
Yes.
Okay, can y'all see mine?
Nope. And no, still no. Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Sorry for the wait. I truly apologize. It's slight technical difficulties, but let's start the SGA meeting. Next slide. So this is our agenda for today. Of course, the introductions, myself, Amanda, John Barber, and Brenda Lee. Old business. 2 weeks ago, we went over the Constitution and bylaws, and we swore in a few new officers. So we'll go over that. New business, we have the student orgs. We need the rosters, updated rosters. Trunk or treat, which should be fun. We have the blood drive, budget reports, legislative process, mascot, because of course we're getting a new mascot, and any other announcement. And then that will complete the meeting. Next slide. So I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Amanda, and then we'll go from there.
So last week, just going over the Constitution and bylaws, and it was actually voted on. So the Constitution and bylaws that we have now are official, and if you want to go over them, they are on Engage. We went over the few changes that the new bylaws have, and yeah, that's pretty much it with the bylaws. And then, yep, voted in us the swear-ins. We had re-swear-ins. I believe it was Savannah, Kirsten, and Brenda. So we're still, accepting applications for senators or AVPs. If y'all want to put in the applications for that, those can be found on Engage as well.
Okay, new business, student orgs, deadline. We need updated roster. You can email it to, no, go through Engage. I'm sure it was put out before, but we need everything updated by Friday, October 16th.
And let me
Now,
know when it's completed.
yes, I will get in there and I'll review. Now for the trunk or treat.
In each individual org, sorry. Once you've completed your roster and engaged, just send me a quick email and just kind of notify me that it's up to date.
As for the trunk or treat, so the trunk or treat is official, but with that being said, there's a slight twist. It will be a drive-through trunk or treat. We are looking for volunteers with cool costumes, and we are taking donations for candy. The trunk or treat will take place on campus from 6:30 to 8:30. If orgs want to participate, or if you want to turn in any candy or anything of that sort, room 211 for Warrior Hall, you guys can check in there. If you wanna, you guys can check in there if you want to turn in candy. If you want to participate, you send us an email. You can either send it to to the SGA email or Garrett in order to participate. So does anybody have any questions pertaining to that?
I was gonna say also, the police department will be there, providing the appropriate protection for all participants. They'll block off the parking lot and everything. So, and hopefully they said they even might participate, so that'll be fun. And then we're still going over the guidelines, as Daviana sent out in the email yesterday. That will be sent out early next week. But I think pretty much with the decorations and the costumes, at least, no lewd decorations or costumes, and nothing that's racially or culturally offensive are the two main ones.
And let's try not to be political either.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have a bumper sticker on your car, that's fine, but yeah.
And that will also go for the cars too. So we are going to be giving out prizes for best costumes and best decorated vehicle. Hopefully, we have a mass participation, but I'm actually looking forward to that. So save the date, the 29th, 6:30 to 8:30.
Sorry, I have a question. How many of our org members are allowed to participate per car or whatever?
Everyone can participate.
Yeah.
We want mass participation. I would like if the whole school participates, but I would like for everyone to come out, bring the kids out. I know this year has been really hectic, so just trying to change the atmosphere. So I will be happy if everyone come out. There's not a limit.
And the cars will be separated by spaces to maximize that social distancing too.
Do we have any other questions? And I'm not sure who was speaking a second ago, but
Jessica from Science Club.
who was it?
Was that you, Jessica?
Yeah, that was me, Jessica.
Okay. Yeah. Do we have any other questions?
I think I have a question.
Does that who's speaking?
Krishan.
Oh, okay.
So you mentioned the prizes and everything else. Do you have like a budget for how much you're listening?
A budget on how much?
I think you asked about budget. It was kind of hard to hear.
Yeah, I was asking if you had like a certain amount of money you want to spend on prizes or anything like that.
It's kind
Not
of up to y'all. Kershawn, I'll send you the overall amount y'all have for the year, and then y'all can make a decision on that when the guidelines go out next week.
Yeah.
yes. Do we
Thank
have
you.
any other questions? Okay, next slide. Okay, Amanda, you want to speak on the blood drive a little bit?
So, as most of you may know, we've done blood drives in the past. SGA has hosted blood drives with the Carter Blood Drive Clinic, and we still want to do that. Obviously, with COVID, everything is a little different. We're planning for December 8th, which is the Tuesday of the last week of the fall semester. And instead of having it inside the building, we are planning on having them bring out 3 of their buses, their blood drive buses. New COVID guidelines is 4 people to a bus per hour, which I think is pretty good. And yeah, that's pretty much like the big updates about it. But we're planning for December 8th. So yeah.
Sorry, not adjourning yet.
So new business also mascots. If you guys look in the group chat that we have right now, there is a link. We're looking for different suggestions on the university's mascot. So by end of business today, if you guys can send an email to the SGA, like any recommendations, like what would you like to see as a student or, a org representative of the campus? What kind of mascot would you like to see? Yes, of course, I know just like me, everyone thought that the warrior guy was our mascot, but we don't have an official mascot yet. So if you guys have any recommendations, any ideas, that would be really helpful.
Did we post the links in the
In the group chat, yeah, in the chat that we have here. So moving on, drive-in movie. There is a drive-in movie on October 17th. It's going to be Black Panther. I would hope we are still doing the social distancing and everything to do to dealing with the pandemic. But I definitely do hope that everyone comes out just to be around a different atmosphere. I'm gonna have Amanda cover the Alpha Psi and the SASW.
So for Phi Alpha, it's the Social Work Honor Society. They're still taking donations for the community task force to help individuals with lower income kind of stay safe during the whole pandemic. So the donations end October 16th. There is a donation box in the lobby of Warrior Hall, and the donations like gloves, face masks, hand sanitizers, all the necessities that we've been using the past few months. And then SASW sun care packages. Lakeitha, do you want to hit on that, or do you want me to speak on it?
You can speak on it.
Okay, so SOSW sun care packages, is a little similar to what Phi Alpha is doing, but these are actually going to homeless individuals in our community. The drop-off locations for those items are going to be at Chief's Sports Bar and a hair salon in Killeen as well. That information is on their Facebook page. Those donations in November 5th. So, and then, oh, also Science Club. Do you want to talk about the fundraiser, Jessica?
Sure. The Science Club's having a fundraiser on October 22nd with Mod Pizza. So it'll be from opening to closing of Mod Pizza. I think it's 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. And all you have to do is just go and order a meal, and 20% of your meal's price will just go to us, which will help us, with costs of things like sending our members to things like the Texas Academy of Science to present their research work and things like that.
Nice. Thank you. And that's it.
What was the time for the drive-in movie? I think I missed it.
It's gonna start at 7. The movie may not start specifically at 7, but getting everyone situated, we just ask that students come in at 7.
Sounds good.
Okay. Garrett, I know you stated that you wanted to go over the budgeting.
Yeah, well, the budget, I'll have those numbers for Krishan so that he
Okay.
can officially present those. We got an update this past week, so we do have numbers. And the good thing is we can finally have an official treasurer's report this next week. But on Monday, we will have an amount that y'all can work with for trunk or treat. So as anyone that was a part of this last year can attest to, better late than never.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
also have our legislative update. All right, so in today's agenda, one of the things we kind of wanted to go over was the legislative process and what that would look like. Does everybody see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. So a major focus for SGA, even though it really hasn't been this way for the past couple of years or so, is to send formal resolutions and bills to become actual policies at the university. And this is part of the whole partnership between SGA and Student Affairs. So it's great to have events. It's great to have a group for people to meet each other. But in order to truly be a representative body where all student voices are heard, there's got to be some sort of component of representation. And so now that we've voted on these constitution and bylaws that allow organizations to have voting reps and we can start filling these Senate seats, we have more of an opportunity now than we have in the past to really produce some good change on campus. So here is kind of what that looks like. Normally, you would also have like the seal or the logo of your SGA at the top of the bill. And it looks a lot like the way actual government functions, except we will probably actually read the bill before passing it. And the way this will look is that you see at the top in Act 2, basically you talk about what you're trying to accomplish. Then you explain why. Pretty simple. And then you can have as many sections as you need underneath the be it enacted section. And this kind of explains what each step will be, what each component will be of the bill, and if approved, what all it will attain. So one thing that can happen is when this is being debated, if you don't like a section or you need to change a section, that's fine. You can simply move it to the next week and vote on it then. And underneath you see you have a representative or senator that will author the bill and somebody who will sponsor it. So let's look at the actual steps that entails. First of all, so somebody would have to sponsor the bill and author it. So let's say we don't have enough water fountains on campus or something like that. Somebody puts together an idea, says, hey, what if we had more drinking fountains? Or what if we had charger stations for our phone or anything like that? a group of y'all could get together, write out a bill, talk about how to make it work, and look up the cost of what the bill would cost if it were passed. And then one of you would author it, type this form out using this template, which I will put in Engage this week, and somebody else would actually sponsor it. So you would present it in the next SGA meeting, and you would have Daviana and Amanda put it on the agenda for the meeting under new business. And when that happens, you actually get to discuss it in the next meeting. You can debate, you can discuss it, you can throw around ideas, maybe talk about how to amend it at the following meeting to make it an even better bill. And then we move on to there. So either you vote on it that day or it goes on to the next week, well, 2 weeks. If it's 2 weeks later, what will happen is when this vote is held, the first group to vote on this would be wherever it was proposed. So let's say one of our senators proposed a bill, all of our senators would vote first. Once the senators vote, it would go over to our student org representatives, kind of like our House of Representatives, and they would vote on it. When it passes both groups, it goes to the student body president. And Daviana can look at it and say, no, we don't need to spend this money on water fountains on campus or charging stations. I'm going to veto it. Or she can say, hey, that's a great idea. Let's do it. And she can approve it. After that, it goes to student affairs, and the student affairs committee can review it. And then it kind of goes up the chain from there. So I kind of put an example in here. This is not me saying this is what y'all should do. This is me saying, hey, I'm going to take some of the stuff y'all worked on and show you how that would look in an official form. So let's say we wanted to have official traditions on campus and have a committee that puts that together. It would say something to the effect of an act or a resolution to establish the A&M Central Texas Warrior Traditions Council. And the whereas is the actual why. Whereas the community would benefit from establishing officially built student-led traditions. And you could also mention in whereas that we don't have a current list of official traditions. So the bill would be being enacted that SGA of A&M Central Texas, Section 1 would establish a university committee on traditions, and this could be initiated by the university committees, which is technically called the Committee on Committees, but that's just too repetitive. Section 2, you could list some of the traditions that we want to make official, maybe the ring ceremony. That's an official tradition already, but maybe this would give us a chance to list it on a traditions page. Like maybe that could be its own part of our website. Trunk or Treat could become an official annual event, Warrior Week. I mentioned 2 things in italics right there because these actually are things we might want to consider. The tower lighting configuration. So over in Founders Hall where the torch is, we can actually light up that tower. I forgot how many color combinations there are, but it's thousands. And Paul mentioned me this past week, we can seek approval to possibly have maybe like purple and orange or something during Trunk or Treat. And so that's something we might actually be doing. And a student memorial as well. There's some discussion that started to take place on a memorial on campus dedicated to all of our students who have passed, because even though our school is young, we're reaching the point where we have had students pass. We've lost students this past year to COVID. We've lost students even this past week. And even if they don't know students, or even if they're remote, they live in Dallas, they take classes online, they're still a part of the Warrior family, and this memorial could really be what solidifies that and brings everyone together. So something like that you could actually incorporate into this bill. And I put Section 3, formal recommendation of the mascot character. We're actually moving on the mascot recommendation already, but this would have been a good spot for that. And Section 4, requiring the task force, requesting the task force on establishing the installation of the student memorial. So at the bottom, as you can see, let's just say somebody from Science Club and somebody from Phi Alpha got together and wrote this. They would have their names there. Then whoever presented it in the meeting would have their name under sponsors. And so these being club representatives, they would actually vote in the representative part of SGA. And if it passed with a majority, it would go over to our senators. And then they would vote. And if that passed, it would go on to Daviana. So that's kind of how that process looks. And I'm going to send the screen now back over to Daviana. But do y'all have any questions on kind of how that looks?
No, it looks good to me.
Okay, awesome. Thought I lost y'all for a second. Here we go.
We can't hear you.
Hi, I'm back. So motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? Okay. This will conclude the meeting for SGA. Our next meeting will be in 2 weeks. We'll go over some of the factors that we have expressed in this meeting. I do feel you guys should just look over that legislative aspect that Garrett put out. That's a great idea. I know I've had a lot of students that had a lot of ideas. So all ideas are welcome. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great weekend and please stay safe and make sure your family stay safe. But yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. Bye.